I'm working on a writing project, I try not to write. And maybe that sounds strange. I kind of meant it to sound strange, of course, because when I'm writing, I'm trying to write well because I want to write well. I want to be a good writer. But I have learned that trying to write well is the enemy of actually writing well. And one of the tricks that I can play on my rational mind is not writing. I'm generating material, and I'm doing it in 10-minute bursts with a timer because that helps me to not try and write well. So if it's 10 minutes, it's clearly not the book or the finished draft. It's just 10 minutes of material. So I'm going to generate this material, and now I'm not trying to write well. All I'm interested in is what material can I generate? I'd like to generate good material, and I know that the way to do that is to let my imagination surprise me, to not have an agenda, to not try and write well, to not be too focused and controlling with where I'm trying to go with this. The good material comes out of your imagination. It comes out of what you don't know. So for 10 minutes, you can do that, right? You can generate material for 10 minutes. You can give up trying to write the book and just generate material for 10 minutes. And when you do that, you can, as I said in the video about the 10-minute timer, you can generate the material for a full-length book in this way, out of order, however you like, with whatever strikes you that day. And if you don't know what to write, just generate some other material. Write a rant about something, how much you effing love something or how much you effing hate something. That's session 2 of the course of Write What You Don't Know. So there you go, free tip. So you will have all this material. This is what I do. I write it by hand, as you see in these tips. Then I typed it all up, and I laid it all out on the floor, and then walked around picking things up for what was interesting. And maybe there's only an interesting phrase, and I could just, cross out everything else on that piece of paper, but keep the good phrase or the good image or the good insight, and put things in some kind of order. Probably not going to be the final order, but this is what then creates what I call a rough draft. So the material wasn't even a rough draft because it wasn't in any kind of order, and maybe I didn't even know where it was going. But now I've got some sense of something. So it's a rough draft. And after the rough draft, I can work on that and come up with a first draft of something that I think actually has some kind of shape. And what am I doing? I'm rewriting, and I'm editing, and I'm generating new material. The one thing I'm not doing is writing, so I don't have to try and write well.